इंद्रियाणि मनोबुद्धिरस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोह्यत्येष ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम्. Hello friends, this is the 40th shlok of the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Indriyani manobuddhir, which means senses, mind, intellect. Asyadhishthana uchyate, which means standing in this is said to be. Aitera vimohyatyesha, which means through this comes bewilderment. This Jnanam avritya dehinam, which means covers the knowledge of the person. So, Shri Krishna is continuing to explain about this big enemy of ours which stops us from moving on the path of spiritual realization. And in this shlok, what he is saying is that this enemy, which is attachment and aversion, it is situated in the senses, mind, and intellect. So basically, what he is saying is that through these senses, mind, and intellect, this enemy of ours actually confuses us and it covers our understanding. So, to understand this point, you have to compare a person who is sleeping in a deep sleep where he is not even seeing a dream, and you compare this person with a person who is awake. So, the person who is awake, he is thinking all the time, he is aware of his surroundings, and he is worried about his situation. While the person who is in deep sleep, that person is completely calm, completely relaxed. He doesn't really know anything about the universe, and he is basically completely at peace with himself. These two people are actually the same people, let's say, but you can see that in one state this person is quite relaxed, while in the other state this person is quite animated and he's thinking all the time. So the difference that has brought this difference is because in the deep sleep state, the person's senses, mind, and intellect is all shut down, while all the three of them are actually working pretty well when the person is awake. So you can see that because the senses, mind, and intellect, they became active, so the person also became worried and he started thinking about things and he started to experience this whole world. So that is the difference that clarifies the point of Sri Krishna over here, that the enemy, which is basically attachment, aversion, which is the whole attachment with this whole universe in itself, in terms of and wrong identification with your own self, that is all basically situated in this mind, intellect, and senses. We basically are in the truest form, that person who is in the deep sleep, that is what our truest nature actually is. But with our actions and through experiencing this whole world, we create our world out here based on our senses, based on our mind, and based on our intellect. And this process by which we do that is how we fool ourselves into believing that we are actually our ego, because this ego is created in these things. And when that happens, then we are away from our true nature, which is the nature which is what we are experiencing when we are in deep sleep. I mean, in that deep sleep there is no ego also. So this wrong identification with ego is the cause for the creation of our desires. It is the cause for the problem of attachment and aversion. It is through which we are experiencing pain and pleasure. It is through we are interpreting what is pain and what is pleasure. It is through that we make a distinction of what is good, what is bad, and it is through that we develop this sense of not liking what is painful and liking something which is not painful. And so the attachment and aversion actually comes through these three parts. And see, the person who realizes that, all of this is in the senses, in the mind, and in the intellect, he'll know that whenever something is happening to him, whenever some sort of a wrong thing is happening to him, he realizes that it's not really happening to him per se, it's happening to these things. And similarly, when he is feeling good, then also he realizes that all of this is just impermanent in these things. So when the person realizes this, then he is really understanding his true situation. But the problem is that we are not like that. We think these things are really true, and because of that we get confused. And so that is what basically causes the covering of our knowledge. And when that happens, then of course we end up we end up suffering a lot. So that is basically the message that Shri Krishna is providing in this shlok. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.